Alright you guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing an installation video on, yes you guessed it, the start of the video, which is going to be this silver part. I don't necessarily know what to call it, but it's a part of the trim on my steering wheel. So we're going to be wrapping it carbon fiber to match this. And we got all of our tools that we're going to need to wrap it, undo the airbag to where we can get to it, and we'll go from there. So let's get it started. All right, so the first thing that we're going to need to do when we are messing with the airbag or the horn or anything is going to be unplugging the battery. So as you can tell, I already got one side unplugged. We're just going to do the same to this side. So what you're going to need is, it's a 10 millimeter, you can do a wrench, a socket, whatever you have. I just had a wrench laying around, so it works for me. Get it off of there. So now the battery's disconnected. So now the horn won't be blaring every time we accidentally hit it. All right, so now we're moving on to step number 2. It's gonna be with this screwdriver. It doesn't necessarily have to be a flathead, that's just what I have. But we're gonna be looking for 3 release points. There's one right here, there's one on the bottom, and there's one on the other side where this one is. All right, so I got that popped off. The way that you can tell that you have hit the right thing, it's very easy to tell. Once you get the spring and it releases, the side of the airbag that you were pushing on will literally pop out. You can feel it just jet out. We're just gonna go ahead and pull this out, but before you just go ahead and yank on it, you wanna be very careful because there are very important wires to the airbag, and you don't wanna just yank any of that, screw up the clock spring. That whole thing's just a mess. Now that the airbag's loose, I'm gonna get you guys a little closer to where you can see what exactly I'm doing. All right, so now we're just gonna disconnect the wires. I wanted to give you guys a little closer look at what all I was disconnecting. So if you see the 2 yellow tabs on the orange and black, you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver to get underneath the yellow tabs right here. You can get underneath them with a flathead or maybe even your fingernail, but I would recommend a flathead just to make sure everything's done right. And then you need this little blue wire over here. And I'm first gonna grab the blue wire that we were looking at and just pull on that, it pops right off. Then we need the flathead, any flathead, doesn't really matter, to get underneath these little tabs here. And just pry this up, and you'll hear like a little click noise when they pop up. For these orange and black clips, you need this to be able to pop up the locks here, and then use the same flathead and just get right underneath the front, and you should be able to pry them up just off like that. And the whole airbag's disconnected. I haven't said it enough, be careful while doing this. All right, so now moving on to the next step. All we're gonna need to do is release these 2 screws. You're gonna need a Phillips screwdriver, nothing too fancy, just a normal Phillips. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those, and then this whole part will come off. All right, so now that we got these 2 screws out of here, we're just gonna take this, and it is a little hard. You feel like you're gonna break it, like it's connected down here, but it's just a little slot, so it will just pop out for you. As you can tell, there's a hole for it, and there's what it's getting hooked on. All right, so now we're gonna start the wrapping process. I'm gonna start with some cleaner and a microfiber towel. So I'm just gonna soak this down real quick with some cleaner. When wrapping stuff in vinyl, you always want to try to get it as clean as you possibly can. So we'll go and cut the vinyl and then wrap it. All right, so now we got the wrap out. You can tell it looks like pretty good carbon fiber to me. If you guys are wondering where I got this, I got it off of Amazon. It's a 1.5 foot roll by 5 foot. And it is the Vivid brand. I will link it down in the description down below if you want to go check it out. Very cheap, and we'll see if it holds up. Let's get started wrapping. All right, so as you can tell, we got it finished up here. It does look a little rough on the back side, but I would normally cut this and make it look all nice and pretty, but it is gonna be hidden by the airbag, even up here on the front edge. So that's all gonna be hidden by the airbag. So we're just gonna install it, see if it fits. One of the ways that I really got the vinyl pressed down and stuck and adhered the best to the material is just using my fingers. All right, so now we're just gonna take this part and we are going to install it back the same way that we put it in and just make sure it fits. And if it doesn't fit, we'll do some more cutting on it, but it should fit. And it clicks in and it's good. I think that's gonna work. All right, so now we got the part back installed. The only other thing that we need to do to fully install that part is get these little screws back in there. All right. All right, so that's gonna do it for today's video. Nice simple installation and wrap of the centerpiece on my steering wheel. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure and hit that like button. And if you have any other ideas for me as far as videos go, just comment them down below. And hope you guys subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.